Tento pořad vám přináší BenQ, výrobce nejlepších herních monitorů, projektorů, ultrazoom foťáků a Full HD kamer.
Okay, hey guys, I'm sitting here with cArn. Hello. I would like to ask you, or can you tell us something about yourself? Can you introduce yourself? What do you do in fnatic?
Right, my name is Patrik, Sättermon, probably more known as cArn in this crazy world of esports. Used to be a professional Counter-Strike player for 6 years in fnatic. And in my latter years, the past 2 years of my last, in the end of my career, I transformed into a manager as well, and I took a position as Chief Gaming Officer, which is like COO of fnatic in 2012. And my role right now is to obviously help all our players to develop. I control all the teams and players in fnatic, working closely with the players and also the team managers of fnatic. Besides that, a lot of like media, sponsorship, sales, etc. I do a little bit of everything. But yeah, ideally I should focus on the player management part. And of course, in CSGO I also serve as some kind of a passive coach whenever tournaments give me the ability to do so. ESL did a great job here, for example, so I try to help out the team with some, not too many strategies, but the mental part of the game at least. But yeah, it's busy times in esport, a lot of traveling in my work as CGO of fnatic, and a lot of exciting projects going on right now as well.
Okay, so let's focus about a bit about CSGO.
Yeah.
We saw you standing behind your team on DreamHack Winter. In Dream Arena, for example, also here in IEM Katowice. Can you talk about what does it take to stand behind them? How do you motivate them? What do you talk, or what do you do? How do you keep themselves focused?
I think ever since Pronex got into the team, their strategies and the mental preparations and the studies of the opponent have increased a lot. So it's not like I'm coming in, as I said earlier, it's a passive coaching position, so it's not a very dominant role at all. I don't give out instructions in terms of where they should rotate and all that. What I try to do is to give them advice using that kind of, the hawk eye, like the hawk view, the eagle view, whatever you call it. I see all the 5 monitors and I can reflect on their game. I can look at it as somewhat of a bystander, and sometimes that can help to actually cool them down by telling, okay, maybe what you just did doesn't make any sense at all, or at least ask them questions. I don't give them instructions, but I can ask them questions. What about this time we should go B, or maybe you should change the timing of the strategies. That's what I'm trying to do, besides the obvious part, and that is to try to motivate them, to try to tell them that, we are here because we're supposed to be here, we have practiced so much, obviously translating it into Swedish, but trying to motivate them, basically.
So basically you were the mastermind of Counter-Strike 1.6, I would say one of the best in-game leaders out there.
Thank you.
I would like to ask you if you do such an important role in different divisions of fnatic, such as League of Legends, that we are about to see them performing live here in Katowice in LOL finals. So does it take anything to or do you do passive coaching in other divisions of fnatic?
No, I don't. As I said earlier, my specific expertise lies within the realms of Counter-Strike, and that's where I actually think I can contribute on a strategical level, practice level as well. But however, I do offer some kind of words of advice every now and then to my players in the other teams, Dota, League of Legends, all the teams you have in fnatic. But yeah, I'm not going to be the guy saying you shouldn't pick that hero, you shouldn't ban that champion, that's not my job. My job is to identify and instruct the team managers that knows the game, that can help them with preparations. But yeah, overall I'm just trying to be, someone they can relate to in the management of fnatic, that also knows how it is to be a gamer. Because it's a very specific lifestyle, I'll tell you that. You have to play like 10 hours a day, you travel around the world, and you coming from your boy room and you sit there and play, and then you're entering grand stages here in front of like 20,000 people on site, maybe 200,000 people off, tuning in on the Twitch stream. Just trying to be, someone a little bit older, a little bit more seasoned, that can offer some word of advice on how to behave in this environment and how to, you know, capitalize on the fact that you are a fnatic player. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But no, I do not tell them how to play the game of League of Legends because it's not my expertise. My job, again, is to find the team managers to do that for them.
So you attended a lot of tournaments as a player or as a manager of Fnatic. I would like to ask you last question, probably the crowd here in Katowice. You could see on the CSGO finals, it was really awesome. I suppose they are now playing StarCraft 2 finals.
Yeah.
I believe it is as awesome as CSGO crowd. Could you tell us about how did the crowd affect the gamers of Fnatic, for example? Do they care about it or they are just focusing into the game and they are not really focusing on the crowd itself?
So I think the home teams, Virtus.pro, they definitely benefited from that. I'm not saying it's a sixth player or anything like that, but surely that made a difference in this game. You know, being an IP in the final, hearing as soon as you get a kill against you, you're losing a teammate, the crowd got crazy, and that can sometimes be a bit annoying. On the other hand, it can be a little bit, as a foreign team as well, I'm talking about here, it can be a bit motivating as well. Winning the piece round, you can like shut them down basically, or shut them up is probably the word. But yeah, benefiting from home soil advantage and a home crowd, that is definitely a contributing factor, I would say, and also one of the reasons I would say Virtus.pro were able to win here. I don't expect them to go to the next major and repeat what they did here. This is kind of like epic, legendary, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, like players overall, they would like probably tell you we don't get affected by the crowd, but I think they do. It's just very hard to put the words to it. But it is it's an element of the game. And if I'm surprised about the amount of people showed up, not really, because I saw the tournament last year. It was an amazing crowd as well. It was, I think it was hosted in January. It was like super cold. It was like still like 5,000 people standing outside watching. So I had very high expectations coming here to Katowice and IEM and EMS. And my expectations were kind of matched, I would say, in terms of the attendance from the crowd. But I like to give some good credit to ESL. They have hosted a really great event here. Pretty much run on time besides the group stage, the beginning of the group stage in CSGO, and also giving people like me, team coaches, the ability to actually help out the team with a headset on. You can have a push-to-talk button in your hand. That was something that kind of revolutionized CS, I would say, here, and I hope they're going to continue with that. So great job, ESL.
So on behalf of ESL and the rest of the Grunex, I would like to thank you for this interview. Thank you for your time. This has been cArn from Fnatic, and I would like to thank you for the interview once again.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.